Hi YouTube, this is Unbox6 for another YouTube video. Today it's a video about my Sony Handycam model CCD TR-640E. Actually, I'm doing this video for the maritimeman. I apologize it took me so long, but I was so busy with work that I really didn't have the time to make a video on. So here is the camcorder itself. I just take it out of this bag right there. And here is all the accessory I got with it. First there is the video camera recorder manual, the two dead lithium-ion battery. This is the original NPF 330 and this is the NPF 550 extended battery. Actually, I will replace the cell in those battery because the cells are dead in those battery. If you've never seen battery, well, an full lithium battery of this era, whoops, here it is. Here is the well, charging circuits for the lithium-ion battery with a controller right there. So yeah, basically this is that. So it's quite similar, except you have standard cells, standard size cells in the NPF 550. Here is the blank plate for the camera. Here is two Sony remote control and one is special because yes, it has the original Sony battery in it. Little background story on how I got this remote with this brand new strap and this alkaline battery. The alkaline battery adapter for the camera. I was working for a company, in a French company, and it was a placement for school basically at the time. It was last year, and they used to do a lot of audio and video related stuff, and they had a lot of old school equipment, and they was throwing away a thing, you know, not free equipment but cardboard box of equipment, manual and everything. And I stumbled across well, basically a box of an old Sony camera like this, but it wasn't empty. No, it wasn't empty. It had the original Sony remote with the battery, which still works, an end strap, you know, and this alkaline battery adapter, which is not for this type of which is not for this series of camcorder, but it works nicely. It's a battery case L7, and it's well, use a AA battery on it, made in Korea, of course. And it says only use alkaline battery, but I got rechargeable one in there and it works quite nicely. So yeah, let's take a look at those battery, because I love when you get old battery that are long gone but they don't have leak and they still have good voltage in them. This battery should have been used before the 10th, so yeah, October's of 99, you can see right there, and they still works flawlessly. So that I think it was quite amazing. Of course, I should mention that I think this remote was never used. It was never taken out of the box, of course. But yeah, I'm impressed that those battery hasn't leaked and still works to this day. Remember, we're in 2015, so at the time of this video, on those batteries are still working. Here is the Sony video cable. It's basically a composite cable. You have video and audio. Of course, since this camcorder is only mono, it has a mono microphone, you don't get the stereo cable with it, nor do you get the right channel audio on this. Here is a Sony RF modulator with the European style plug for the antenna. This came from, I think, a Sony CCD F500 camcorder, which died due to bypass, like a lot of early 90s camcorder. But I've saved this RF modulator and the pass-through antenna here. And this is the Sony original Sony charger for the camera. So now let's take a look at the interesting piece. Let me put the battery back in. Yeah. So this is, like I said, a Sony Handycam model CCD TR-640E, and since I'm in Europe, or in France at least, yeah, it's the PAL version of the camera, not the NTSC version. Old PAL version of So's camera doesn't got the record button. There is no record button here, even on the high end, where the NTSC version has the record. You can actually record into the tape. None of So's camera were actually imported to Europe due to, I think it was a copyright issue or something like that, or I don't know. There was basically, well, something with a company and they could not import camera with record function in Europe. I don't know why, I don't remember exactly. I used to read online about it years ago, but I don't remember. So yeah, there is the main difference between PAL and NTSC camera, except for the video encoding and everything, which is totally different. The refresh rate and yeah, the resolution is also different. But yeah, there is also the main thing. So we don't have any camcorder with record function in Europe. At least I speak about the 8mm camcorder of So's era. At least speak for Sony camera. Sorry. So, why you are interested in this camera? Yeah, there is two really good things about it. This camera version were short-lived because the Video 8 XR are quite rare camcorder to come across. They're not that rare, but they weren't produced for a long time. They switched to i8 and i8 XR after that, but the 8mm standard 8mm XR are well, quite rare because, like I said, they were only made for a year, I think. So yeah. As for this video difference between a standard 8mm camera and this Video 8 XR, actually I didn't find too much of difference. Well, you can notice it, at least. I don't notice it, quite frankly. This camera has a really good video quality for that time, but well, I don't see the XR, the extended resolution thing here. Apparently you have better resolution, you have more lines, you know, on the pictures, and also I think there is a difference with color on everything. If you read it back on a Video 8 XR capable camcorder or VCR. So yeah, but I didn't notice anything of this. If I'm wrong, tell me in the comments section below and correct me. And yeah, so first important feature, and the second one is NightShot. Yeah, you guessed it, this one is one of the first camcorder to add NightShot, Sony NightShot on it. And since it's one of the first, it apparently is the model that you can see through clothes and everything with it. I didn't test it personally. I quite don't believe in it, but you can see through, let's say, plastic. Black plastic, because there is an IR filter, and thin black plastic you can actually see through, like other Sony NightShot camcorder. You can see VFD in VCR also. And the main difference for me between this version and the other version of NightShot is when you're in NightShot mode on this camera, you can actually adjust the exposure, while Sony disables this feature later on. Let's move on the side of the camera. So you have a little LCD. This one is not backlit. If I turn on the camcorder on, yeah, there's no backlight here. So here it is. As far as the function goes, you have fader, you have the focus, wheel, adjustment, focus, auto, manual, or infinite focus, you have backlight compensation, date and time, you can make your own custom title on it, You have the start-stop mode. Basically, you hold it one time to go into the record function, and you press it again to stop record. You can have it while you hold down to record, or you record just for 5 seconds. Here is the program auto exposure. So you have auto. Well, you have different bunch of mode right there of exposure. You have picture effect, the digital effect, of course. The menu, and you have the wheel for the menu right there. Yep. The exposure adjust button, of course. Yeah, this camcorder has NighShot, which to me is the best digital stabilization. Stabilization program you can have. Basically, the NighShot is really great on those old Sony camcorder. I don't know for the more modern one with NighShot, but to me, the best digital stabilization they ever come out was Sony, or all the camcorder I've tested is NighShot on those old camera. Best stabilization program. So yeah. It works great. So let's move on. Here you have the record button, and you can lock the camcorder while in record mode to preserve battery life. Here is the eject button for the tape. I love the little beep sound it makes when you eject the tape. I have a brand new Fuji tape in there. It's a 90-minute tape. Got them at the first store. All my other tape are right there. I have mini DV tape, and I think the 8mm tape are right there. So yeah. Sorry, the brand new Fuji tape in there. You have the backlight compensation, but there is also, you can do the search function on the tape with those two buttons. There is the zoom control, which is really nice big switch, you know, not like on my GVC camcorder I use actually, which has a really tiny knob for this, and it's just not practical at all. Here is the main model of a black and white viewfinder and has no LCD monitor, but this, I think it's for the color viewfinder, where there is an light adjustment, like an ambient light sensor. It's basically a light sensor to adjust the brightness of the viewfinder, but it's only for the color viewfinder. There is a lot of stamina, battery life, you know, info lithium battery, which I think the info lithium is a really great system, and it works well when your battery are not completely dead like mine, but it's quite nice. On the front of the camera, of course, the 72 times digital zoom, which is useless. The multi-language titler, of course you can do your own title of this with this unit. You have a precision CCD, which I think it's 0.8 megapixel resolution, maybe a little bit less, but actually the CCD is really good for the time when this camcorder was manufactured. And you have the NightShot Zero Lux, the Sony logo right there, the two LED for the NightShot are right there, and there is the microphone down there, which is, like I said, a mono microphone. You have the Sony video lens with the optical 80 times zoom. Let's move on to this side. You have the microphone jack. Here is the output, video output. So this is for the RFU units. For the RF modulator power, and you have the video and audio out. Down there, the microphone jack, like I said, it's powered, so you can use a condenser microphone on them. There is a nice Sony strap right there, and basically, there is a camcorder. So now the video you will see next will be taped with this camera. So see you next soon.
So I'm back recording with the Sony model CCD TR-640E camcorder. And here is the camcorder I used in the previous segments of this video. It's a GVC model Everio GZ-MS120. But let's talk about this Sony camera. It Here is a little project I'm working on. It's a PowerWheel project. I have a Nokia 5110 LCD right there, and here is the Arduino Teensy 2.0 board. So here is my computer, the background. There's a little bit of my room there, some of my games right there. So sorry about the mess, series. But I bet every one of you wants to see the NightShot mod. Let me just remove the title right there and get into NightShot mode. So now we are in NightShot mode, and let's try the 80 times optical zoom of this camera. You can see that the zoom is really fast on this camera. Let's zoom in and zoom out. So like I said, I'm right now in the NightShot mode, and what I love about this camera, when it's NightShot mode, you can manually adjust the exposure while in NightShot. And this is one of the features that Sony removed later on their camcorder line. Let me show you some intriguing thing about NightShot now. So here is my old iPhone 3GS. You will say, why do you show us your iPhone 3GS? Let me explain that. Basically, while playing around with NightShot, I found something interesting on this iPhone. Let's just turn NightShot features on, and what's this? There is a QR code right on the case, on the back of the case of the iPhone. I have to mention that this is the original iPhone case, well, case or cover or whatever. Well, the back of the phone is original. It's an Apple part, so I don't know if aftermarket one if you would still get a QR code in it. Also, what's NightShot revealed is that you can see the battery in the phone. Maybe let me turn the exposure a little bit more, because you can actually see the battery in the back of the phone. Yeah, you can see the battery. By transparency in the plastic, since it's black plastic, you can see the battery in the phone. Also, you can see also screws hole. There is a screw hole right there. You can see them all. There's right there another one. So you can definitively see them all. And here is the QR code I was talking about. So you always find some interesting thing with NightShot. I tried to flash it with my Android phone, no success, but I think it's for production only, so of course won't have anything. But if you just turn off NightShot, there is nothing. And no, you can see it. Even in sunlight I tried to see it, and no, you can't. You can see it. And as I promised the maritimeman to do a video of my Sony Video 8 XR camcorder, I just want to reply to his latest video about his Power Macintosh 7300. I don't know if it's a 166 or 200 his model, but since I'm collecting Macintosh since I'm 12, I have quite a lot in my collection, about 50 Macintosh. It's between 40 and 50, but I stopped counting. This one is a 73 166, which was given to me back in 2008. And as you can clearly see, it is booting on Mac OS X Panzer install desk. Right now, I had to replace the 8 gigs hard drive which had Mac OS X on it because it died. But you will ask why this 166 PowerPC 603 can run Mac OS X. It's simply because it's not a PowerPC 603 anymore. You guessed it, this one has a 4Mac PowerPC G3 upgrade card in it with a 366 MHz PowerPC G3 processor. It's running macOS 9.1 as well as macOS 10.3, and I will upgrade to 10.39.